Welcome to Pagan Coffee Talk. If you enjoy our content, please consider donating and following our socials. So amongst all the social media stuff, right, I see a lot of new folks coming in, and there seems to be a lot of anxiety going on towards practicing.
Okay.
A lot of it comes from feeling insecure, social media saying, well, this is the way it's got to be done, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of feelings of being overwhelmed. And so I think because of this, there seems to be a bit of anxiety for some people when it comes to starting your magical or spiritual or both practice.
Okay.
Right. So I think we've got three of the most common fears that I've seen are the fear of messing up. The fear of offending your spirits or your deities or whoever it is you're working with. And the fear of not being quote unquote, you're going to love this, witchy enough. Where do you want to start?
Right. Let's start at the beginning. Let's just let's start at the beginning. All right.
Okay. So you and I have been in this for many years.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're a little more comfortable in what we do and how we do it.
Yeah. I've cast a few spells in my life. I'm not gonna.
We've made our fair share of mistakes doing it too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to specifically. Some were very fruitful, others were not so fruitful, and you just keep on moving. So
right.
This drives me up the wall about getting it wrong. Okay. Now, again, we got the witch's pyramid, and if you learn that, how to wheel, how to dare, how to keep secret, and all that. This helps you motivate you to do the spell correctly.
It helps you, but it's not a guarantee.
No, there are no guarantees. I think most people get messed up, especially with spells and if they work or if they don't. And we've talked about this before. It is a manipulation of the odds.
Yes.
All right. It just makes it more likely that something will happen. It doesn't guarantee it.
No.
And hence the reason why in the world we sit there and go, you got to put a little bit of work behind it yourself. Me going out and blessing my garden or trying to cast a spell for the garden to grow and me sitting in on my ass all day is not going to help my garden grow.
No.
Going out and tending to it, watering it and giving it what it needs, it's going to grow.
Right. Well,
again,
even then, if you're relating it to a garden or writing a book or anything else in your daily life, you just have to understand there's going to be times when you're going to mess up.
Yes.
But treat the messing up as a learning experience.
Don't get bogged down. People get bogged down too much on their mistakes.
Yes, they focus too much on that.
Instead of trying to figure out what caused the mistake.
Right.
I don't know how else to say that.
Right, and that's the important thing. That's where we've constantly said journals. Keep your journals. Keep your magic journals, your dream journals, whatever. Write it down. Go back, look at it, re-examine it, see if some oh, well, this didn't seem right, so I'm going to change this time.
Right, and you may even have to break it up. You might have to sit there and go, okay, I cast this XYZ spell. All right. Here's what happened a week after. Here's what happened a month after.
Yes.
Here's what happened 3 months later. Sometimes those notes, it's not just, hey, I'm going to cast a spell and I'm going to wait 6 months, then make one entry.
No.
You need to kind of track it at certain intervals.
Yeah, keep regular notes and just learn from it. Don't be afraid of it.
No. Yes. Are you going to mess up? Yes.
Yes.
There's the answer. Yes.
Yes,
You're
that's a
going to
given.
mess up.
That's a
That is
given.
a given.
It's kind
Sorry to be that.
I relate it to when we used to clean houses, and we went into a guy's house, and he had a lot of, not necessarily antiques, but he had a lot of precious things that meant a lot to him, family hand-me-downs, heirlooms, things like that. And
Yeah.
I was scared to death of breaking something. And you flat out told me, if you're afraid of it, it's going to happen.
Yes.
And it did. And when it did, I freaked out. And the guy tried to make a joke about it and told me it was an antique. And then I freaked out even more. Don't be afraid of it. Just understand and
Don't be
accept it.
afraid of it.
Just accept it. It's going to happen.
You're not a bad person. All right. You're not a bad witch. You're not a bad priest, just in case a spell fails.
No. A spell does not a witch make.
That is not the judgment line here. All right.
No.
All right. This is where in the world we can all look at each other. No, I trust me, that spell blew up in my face.
Right? It blew up like a bunch of sulfur. It'll be okay.
I mean, we even joke about it. Me and you, and even the lady, we joke about this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're like, we'll give you your first degree, and normally, roughly, you get your first degree, and 6 months to a year later, at some point or another, somewhere around there,
mm-hmm.
we'll get a first degree. I just did this spell, and here's what.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, you've had a year's worth of training or more, and yet it's still.
Mm-hmm. Guess what? It happens.
It happens. It happens to everyone. All right. I would be more concerned about the person that swears up and down it's never happened to them.
Right.
That's the person I would side eye faster.
Right. Oh no, all my spells work perfectly every time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So just remember, if you're doing the magic side of things, magic is a skill. It's acquired.
Yes.
It's something you learn.
Right.
Your mistakes are your data. Just like you said, keep regular tracking of what it is you're doing. Do it a week out, 3 weeks out, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And learn from your errors. Learn from what didn't work.
Right. You need to learn what motivates you to do the spell correctly.
Yes.
And that takes time and effort.
Yes.
And a lot of mistakes.
Yes, it does.
So what's the next one?
Well, there's the one that's fear of offending spirits and deities. People are, I see a lot of posts where people are afraid, not necessarily afraid, but they're nervous about starting to work with deities or spirits or elementals or anything along those lines.
Don't get me wrong. Part of my brain's kind of like going there. Yeah, these are very powerful forces and stuff. I would not want to piss them off myself.
Mm-hmm.
And especially by accident.
Right.
But again, we're back to that. These things are old. They've been around since before mankind.
They've seen and heard a lot of shit.
A lot of stuff.
Just saying.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting there saying, in front of your altar, go, fuck.
Right.
Make cuss out of God or anything like that. But I've never worried about offending them. The main thing where I sit there and say, hey, if you're going to offend the gods, you're going to offend the gods more for breaking your word than anything else you actually do.
Right.
All right. I mean, just because you maybe bought the wrong spirits or wine or whatever as an offering to a specific deity, at the end of the day, it don't really matter.
I don't think so either.
I think it's the intent there.
Yeah, I was going to say there are a lot of correspondences out there that will, tell you certain deities are more aligned to certain treats, if you will, whether it be alcohol or sweets or bread or whatever
certain herbs, certain flowers. Right.
And that's fine and dandy, but in all practical reality of this, if you don't have it, you go with what you got. They're going to appreciate it.
Well, let's think about it this way, all right? When we do our rituals, there's a section there in which we call cakes and wine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we don't, sometimes it's a donut. We've used crackers before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the reason I keep on saying this like this, and everybody's like, okay, well, what does this have to do? What's left over? What's not used?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What cake's not used, what wine's not drunk gets poured into an offering bowl and set out to the gods.
Right.
At no point do any of us believe that the gods would be offended because, well, it was Krispy Kreme today and it was, last
Donuts.
time it was Dunkin' Donuts. The point is that we are making that sacrifice.
Right.
We are we're offering up something there. Again, I think the intent's more important than anything else.
Right. You're making the effort, and that's ultimately what matters.
Right. Don't get me wrong. I like the correspondences and stuff like this. It works. It helps with making ritual and stuff like that. But to me, it's not the end all or be all of everything we do.
No, it's not. It's not.
I really don't think deity is going to get upset because they prefer red flowers and you bought blue flowers.
Right. Right.
What if they didn't have any flowers? Then what are you going to do?
And, how do we know they're not colorblind? Does it really matter?
But again, I'm still back to these are old things. And I think there's a lot of things that they've seen and haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might take them a little bit longer to get offended than it does us.
Right. And for that matter, for that very reason, I think that it's, they're going to appreciate the effort.
Right. More than anything else. I think that's what it is. They'll appreciate the effort more than not doing nothing.
Right. Now, later on down the line, if you want to hone that practice and you want to make it more attuned to them, however you see it, then that's fine and dandy. But for just starting out, don't worry so much about the quote unquote right items.
Right. Don't be so concerned about that. Be more concerned about making that connection is more important than anything else.
Right.
All right. That's really what in the world you should be more concerned about than anything else.
Mm-hmm. And I think something that goes along with this one and the fear of doing something wrong as far as your magic goes, the fear of messing up. I think a lot of that plays into paranoia from social media.
Yeah.
Like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of things out there that are telling you, and a lot of people are telling you, you have to do things a certain way. And for them, that may be the case. That may be what works for them. But I don't think they can just tell you this is the only way you can do it.
Well, again, I'm not going to sit here and say there aren't some books and some practitioners that do go around and warn everybody and tell everybody, oh, no, you got to be this gentle with them.
Sure, it creates some paranoia.
It creates some paranoia. But again, sitting there, meditating, researching, learning about the gods you're trying to communicate with, it's going to help with all of that. You're going to learn a little bit more about them.
Yeah, and as far as the research goes, y'all, you've got the internet at your disposal. Now,
but it isn't like we ain't got AI to correlate all the freaking data for us.
Right. Well, I was going to say, just because it's on the internet doesn't make it true.
No.
But there's a wealth of information to pull from. There's no one correct website to go to for all the information. Pull your information and put it together yourself.
Well, see, I think where some of these people get this and this idea is that everybody keeps on assuming there is the way.
Yeah.
Versus a way.
Right.
Which again, we're back to the whole entire concept. Many paths lead to divine revelations.
Right.
So what works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. which is where research comes into play, because then you're pulling information that, for lack of a better term, it feels right to you, and you take that and you use it.
Let me explain it to you this way. All right. And here's how in the world some of this shows up. When you're learning first degree and all that from us, at some point or another, we have you meditate on each elemental.
Mm-hmm.
And we normally will sit there and tell you, when we give you this assignment right off the bat, there's going to be one that's going to be harder than the other ones for you to meditate on.
At least one.
All right. At least one. And that's because not everyone, people don't have a talent. There are very few people that have talent enough for, or a feel for all four elementals.
Right.
One will be stronger. Another one will be kind of connection to be kind of iffy.
Mm-hmm.
While another one might be a little bit more moderate, and another one's just not going to be there at all. Because I haven't heard, I can't tell you how many times I've heard the following phrases. Well, air just won't listen to me. I can't get it that sits there. Water just leaves me all the damn time. Just hanging.
Right.
Don't get me started on fire. This is what's going on here. It's you and how you interact with these energies, not you're offending these energies.
Right.
I can't think of any other way to say that. That's not you doing something wrong. That's not you offending anyone.
Again, it's a skill in and of itself.
Right.
Just like magic is. It's dealing with spirits, dealing with deities. It's a skill, and it's something you learn how to do. And you do it through trial and error.
As simple as that goes.
That's
because again, at the end of that assignment, normally what we'll tell you to do is whatever element you have the hardest part with, spend an extra 2 or 3 weeks on that element.
Mm-hmm.
Because spending time with the one you get along real good doesn't help you.
No, you're just fine with that one. You don't need any extra.
You're fine
help
with that one. You need to get along with that one that you don't get along with, which takes time and effort. It takes you time and effort to learn it, because again, it's not inherently part of your personality.
No, it's not. And honestly,
that's not a good thing or a bad thing. Everybody's that way.
Right. Everybody's got that same issue somewhere. But I was going to say, honestly, this is one of those, when we call it a mystery religion, this is one of those mysteries. You have to learn it on your own. We can't tell you.
This is one of those universal mysteries. We can't explain it to you until you experience it.
Right. You have to experience it. And it's kind of harsh, or it seems kind of harsh, but honestly, that's the way it is. It's the only way to truly understand it.
We can't always tell what element you are going to be good with and which one you're going to be bad at. Just, sitting there talking to you. Don't get me wrong. Over the years, I think we started to get a good idea. And we can maybe do some predictions, but I'm not going to say those predictions are always correct either.
Right. I mean, sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't.
And she can't. I've had a few people come up to me going, well, I had a problem with this element. You had a problem with that element?
Right. Well, didn't expect that.
I mean, well, the key thing here is we expect you to have a problem with at least one.
Yes. And we expect there to be issues with other things as you learn and as you grow and
as you expand.
Yes. We expect that. That's all part of the process.
All right. There are certain things that, in a third degree, here I am. I still don't get along with quite well.
True.
I might be able to work with them a whole lot better than the average because of time and patience, and meditations and all that other stuff. But this problem does not go away.
No, it doesn't.
So
it doesn't. And tying into that, there's that last fear, the fear of not being quote unquote witchy enough. Y'all, it's an aesthetic. That's all it is. You don't need all the crystals.
Well, I think that's what they're talking about it in this sense, but there is a certain thing about witchiness, though, to a certain extent.
Okay.
All right. We've talked about it before. People don't come to witches for their access to magic. They come for our access to wisdom.
Well, yeah, but I think this comes from more of, well, I don't read tarot cards, or I don't,
Right.
I don't read runes. I don't do this. I can't make candles. I can't make my own stuff. I can't do this. I can't do that. Just stop. These
Well,
things do
guess
not a
what?
witch make.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's back this up. All right. I'm a third degree. Trust me. I know my herbalism. Okay. I know enough to be able to make up some incense if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
For crying out loud, I even know how to make bunt sticks, how to use bunt sticks to make the stick incense if I needed to.
Right.
But it's not my field of expertise.
Mm-mm.
And why would I do that? Why would I not call up Lady Keegan going, hey, you studied this?
Right.
And here's what I need. Because again, we're back to the whole entire thing of the coven situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can do things. That's why we have covens.
Right. It
So
creates
we
a
have
balance.
multiple people with multiple talents that can do multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make candles either. I just,
I can,
have I
just not very
tried?
well. They sink.
You know,
They have pits in them, so whatever.
yeah. Well, again, not knowing them or not practicing them or not learning about them, nothing's ever going to change.
No, it's not.
I think you have a problem because you get these people on YouTube and all this other stuff, and they tell you all this stuff and all this tea and the witch balls and all this stuff that they make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the majority of us.
No, I don't think it is.
The majority of craft don't sit there and do this stuff like these people do on YouTube or on these videos. But this is an aesthetic. This is what they do.
Well, and
Are you with me?
yeah, and also they're most likely making a living off of this stuff. So yeah, they're gonna make a whole bunch of stuff. It's just the way it is. You're not making a living off of it. It's
I'm here being a spiritual leader for my people, and that's where I am.
right.
Nothing in my little and how can I put this? Nothing in my job description inside of Temple
Mm-hmm.
says I have to know how to cook or how I know how to do kitchen witchery or how to make candles.
Right.
All right. My job is, what religiously do we need to do according to our tradition to set up a spot to cast circle in on a regular basis?
Right.
Okay, there's my job. I don't do it all. None of
Mm-mm.
us do.
No.
The pastor in a church does not do it all himself either.
No, he doesn't. Or she doesn't. No.
They got assistants, they got
Mm-hmm.
people, they got deacons and all this other stuff. So this idea that you have to do this all isn't quite right.
No.
Yes, I think everybody should learn the basics of divination. I think everybody should learn a little bit basic of herbalism.
Mm-hmm.
But this would be the same thing. I think everybody should learn the basics of on how a car works.
Right.
Why? That way, when you go to the mechanic, you know what he's sort of talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying an in-depth knowledge. You shouldn't have a PhD in everything we do.
Lord, no. That's unrealistic.
Exactly. But again, if we think about it in more common languages and stuff like that, yes, you have to know what to do for your job.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to worry about. Right. And as far as being witchy enough or looking witchy enough, who gives a crap? I don't think I walk around looking witchy enough.
No. And honestly, I think the only time you and I ever went out looking quote unquote witchy in any form of the aesthetic was when we went to the Renaissance Festival.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're just wearing everyday clothes. We're not.
No, when I used to work as a supervisor, it was going in white shirts, white dress shirts, and ties, and
Right.
tan pants, and
Right. You didn't wear certain, a suit and tie, but you certainly wore a tie to work. It was
yeah, I mean,
professional.
we were required to look professional in our position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and my everyday. Yeah, I'm walking around in t-shirts, and yeah, some of them are a little bit crude sayings on of them. Some of them have some witchy little thing, but it's nothing. Oh my God, screaming from the
Right. It's not
Are
like
you with me?
yeah, it's not like a slap in the face.
No, no. Like I do. I walk around with a shirt on every so often. It's got a picture of a voodoo doll with pins in it,
Yes.
and it says "Thinking of you."
Yes. And everybody who has seen it or just loves that shirt.
Loves it and just laugh their butts off and go,
Pagan or not.
"That's cute."
Pagan or not, they love it.
You know, I don't understand what this. I'm not witchy enough.
Well, I
All
think
right.
again, I think it goes back to social media. There seems to be a lot of unrealistic expectations that people are setting for themselves because they see all these people doing and looking a certain way and say, oh,
I
I've got
don't
to
think
do
anybody
that.
go. I don't think anybody. I have never heard anybody in my whole entire life going around. Well, you just don't look Christian enough.
No,
Just
no.
you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have heard my mom look at my sisters right before we go to church. You're wearing that to church,
Well, yeah.
which is a different subject, other than you don't look Christian enough.
Right.
I mean, that's basically what we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
why do we even have this standard? Why even we have this thought in craft to begin with is
Well,
beyond me.
I kind of relate it to models in the fashion
Uh,
industry. They've set a standard, an unrealistic standard for how the sexiest people should look,
I guess, but
and it's toxic, in my opinion.
I'm not saying it's not toxic and it's not annoying, but it should, to me, this should not be a thing in craft.
No,
In the pagan community at large, this right here should not be a thing at all.
no, it shouldn't.
It's back to where's your yardstick? What are you judging this on?
Mm-hmm.
There's my first problem. It's kind of like the people that go around going, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. Compared to what?
Right.
What do you consider fair and what do you consider unfair? What do you consider witchy and what don't you consider witchy?
Mm-hmm. And what are your guidelines? Where's your ruler on that? Like you said, where's the
I
yardstick?
just, yeah, where's that gold post?
Show me.
I'd like to know. Yeah.
So I think when it comes down to it, kind of wrap up this conversation, I think that it all comes down to when you're new, you just have to understand you're going to have to build some confidence. And the only way
Yes.
to do that is to track your results, be consistent in what you're doing,
Uh huh.
figure out a way that you want to do stuff and consistently do it,
Yes.
and set realistic expectations for yourself. Don't set these long-term goals that nobody's ever going to achieve.
Right. Well, again, it's just like what we tell people about meditation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't sit there and try to do 45 minutes to start with.
No, you start out with like 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
And if you can't do
You start
5 minutes,
off
great.
small.
Just do whatever you can. Start
All
somewhere.
right. Start somewhere. Start
Yeah,
somewhere, anywhere. Just
just
start.
start.
I mean, there's the main thing. Just start. Just do. If you're waiting on someone to give you permission to start, I'm doing that. I'm giving you permission. Go ahead. Start.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody should stop you. Nobody should yell at you. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not.
You can meditate. Yes, you can read the books. You can sit down. Sit down and write down today. Today, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and keep working with it.
Today I did X. Doesn't even have to
Right.
be anything. Just today I washed dishes.
Right.
I kind of dazed out a little bit.
Right.
Okay, write it
Again.
down.
All right. Write that down.
It was an experience.
Yeah. I have those moments through the day, and the majority of times I think of really good questions, and then 2 seconds later I completely forget them because, well, I was in a state.
And when you came out of it, you didn't have a way to write it down.
I didn't have a way to write it down, or I didn't. And you're kind of like, damn.
Or you come out of it, and it's like waking up from a dream. It's like, I know I had a dream, but what was it?
I was just again How many times has anybody said the Father? I was just thinking about something, and now I can't remember.
Yeah. So again, it's gonna happen. Just go with it.
So,
just roll with the punches. It'll be okay.
Anyway, I'm ready for some coffee.
Let's go get some coffee.
Like, share, subscribe.
Leave us a
review.
comment. Leave us comments. Yep.
Please.
Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another episode. Pagan Coffee Talk is brought to you by Life Temple and Seminary. Please visit us at lifetempleseminary.org for more information, as well as links to our social media: Facebook, Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit.
We travel down this trodden path, a maze of stone and mire. Just hold my hand as we pass by a sea of blazing pyres. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning breaks. And so it is the end of our days, so